I barely slept that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her face. And every time I opened them, I found myself staring toward the west wing. The light I had seen was gone. But the question it left behind refused to disappear. Not because it frightened me, but because it felt impossible. How could a girl I'd never met look so much like me? And who had been awake inside the west wing that night? That morning, I stopped asking whether any of it was a coincidence. I started asking why. Martha never avoided my questions. She simply answered different ones. At the time, I thought she was protecting a family. Years later, I realized she had been protecting me. I had always believed that libraries existed to preserve knowledge. But that morning, I wondered if some books were meant to hide it instead. Every shelf, every old photograph, every faded page felt as though someone had carefully decided what should be remembered. When the paper slipped from between the pages, I almost left it where it had fallen. It looked too old, too fragile, as though touching it might erase the last memory it carried. I only meant to return it to the book. Instead, I found the first real piece of the story, and one name changed everything. Evelyn. I told myself it was only the old house. Old floors, old wood, old echoes. But something inside me refused to believe that. For the first time, I had this strange feeling that someone had been waiting for me to find that letter. I don't know what made me walk toward that door. Maybe curiosity, maybe loneliness, or maybe some places have a way of calling the people they have been waiting for. I almost touched the handle. Almost. And then Martha said my name. Beautiful, distant, impossible to understand. But that afternoon, she looked less like the daughter of Ashcroft Manor and more like another girl, carrying something she didn't know how to share. I was certain this time it wasn't my imagination. Every note echoed through the staircase, gentle, familiar, almost welcoming. Yet, when I asked Charlotte, she looked at me as though I had heard something that no one else could. Until that day, I had been waiting for answers. But answers never come to people who simply wait. They come to those willing to ask difficult questions. And for the first time, I decided I wasn't going to leave Ashcroft Manor until I understood why I had been brought there. That was the moment everything changed. Not because I had found a key, but because someone had finally trusted me with one, I didn't know what it opened. I didn't know why it had been hidden. But deep inside, I knew one thing. Some doors are locked, not to keep people out, but to keep the truth hidden. And somehow, that key was waiting for me. To be continued.